Hey guys, it's Skylink Shock, and I kind of wanted to go over something before I start this interview with Chris Hackney. Just a quick story. So, I was actually at my house working on the Zelda movie discussion video that's 2.5 hours long that I did it with a good friend and fellow YouTuber, Nish Quick Pops. It's a great video. You guys should definitely check it out. We go over the fan cast. We go over the length of the movie. We go over Sony's involvement, Avia Rad, all this other stuff. So link to the description down here, and then the link to it will also be up here. But anyway, so while I was working on that video, I was supposed to finish it that morning, but I wasn't able to finish it. So I actually left really late to the Anime Expo, and I had to make a reservation with Chris Hackney, and I actually thought I was going to miss that reservation. Luckily, we made it in time, we made it through the line, and I was able to talk with him. But we didn't really have a lot of time, so I actually made the interview relatively short when it could have been longer. But because Chris Hackney is such a good guy, once we ended the interview, we did talk to him about a lot more stuff that I'll also be going over in this type of form after the interview's done. So stay tuned for that after the main interview. But now, without further ado, here is the main interview with Chris Hackney. Hey guys, I'm SkyLink Shock here at Anime Impulse Chibi 2023.
Anime Expo Chibi.
Anime Expo Chibi, thanks. So I'm with well-renowned voice actor Chris Hackney here today, who surprisingly, we saw you in January. You didn't tell me that you were voicing Rauru in Tears of the Kingdom.
Secrets, man. We gotta keep the secrets.
It's all good, man.
I know, believe me, it was hard for me to keep the secret too.
Yeah, I know. It's just so crazy because I'm like a huge fan of Zelda when you're talking about your Dimitri performance. And then like literally in my head, like I actually even made a video where I was just like, I did like an analysis. I'm like, dude, this is the voice of Dimitri from Three Houses before the game even came out, because there was like a trailer release beforehand that had like the voiceover.
That was the one from April. Yeah. The last trailer.
Yeah, so I was just like losing it, man. I'm a huge Zelda fan, and then I just got into Fire Emblem with Three Houses, so that was awesome, man. But anyway, how'd you like the role? I gotta say, how'd you like the role as well?
It was amazing because like I'm a longtime Zelda fan. I have a Zelda tattoo here.
Nice.
Like I've been playing since NES back in the day, and it's the game that I always played with my family. Like my parents and I, we always played every Zelda together up until Wind Waker on the GameCube, because my mom can't do 3D games. But it's my favorite video game series of all time, and it means a lot to me. So the fact that I got to even just auditioning was like a dream. And then when I got to be in it, I cried. Like when I got the email that said I was going to do it, I cried, man.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's awesome. And one last thing about your role, do you have any cut lines or anything? Did you feel like you did more or anything?
I don't think we cut anything. I don't think anything was cut. It was just more. It was just more a matter of like trying to figure out the context of everything.
Right.
Because I like we only recorded my scenes. I didn't get to see everybody's stuff, so I got to experience a little bit of the story, but not all of it. So that was nice, like as a player. So I didn't know about some of the spoilery stuff. You know what I mean? No, we didn't cut anything, but I do remember like my favorite line was my favorite section we recorded was when Rauru and Sonia are having like tea with Zelda, and they're treating like mom and dad, talking to her about Link. Like that was my favorite.
That is my favorite cutscene. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, dude, one last thing. Can you just sign right here?
Can I sign?
Please?
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'm gonna sign this copy.
That's awesome. I'm having Chris Hackney sign my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom physical cover. It's amazing. Awesome.
There we go, my friend, and check it out. Woo!
Wow.
Heck yeah!
Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming by.
Of course, yeah, we love to. We literally just made it because you know that you're probably bouncing like we're supposed to bounce like at 2:30, right?
Well, I'm also gonna have another one tonight, and from 7 to 8:30.
Yeah, well, I gotta.
You gotta bounce.
Yeah, but I'm glad you were able to make it here because we were in traffic. It was a crazy. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I did want to go over a couple of things before we go. So, the reason why I said Anime Impulse and not Anime Chibi, it says right here, the reason why I looked at this is because when we met Chris Hackney for the first time, it was actually at Anime Impulse back in January, so that's kind of why I mixed it up a little bit. And another thing too is that I actually did kind of predict, well, more that I figured it out, that it was Chris Hackney's voice, and I have proof of that in my reaction video. Literally while I was reacting to that April final trailer of Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, dude, that's Dimitri's voice. And then literally I did make a short video later where I said, guys, this is Dimitri's voice. Listen to his voice. Listen to the voiceover. Before I knew it was Rauru. So I knew Chris Hackney, the voice of Dimitri, was in the game, which was freaking cool. As a Three Houses fan and a Zelda fan, I was just blown away by that. But I did want to go over one more thing. It's one of the biggest things that Chris Hackney and I talked about before we finished our discussion with him once the interview ended. Like I said, since he's such a nice guy, he continued to talk to us. And so we did kind of talk about Chris Hackney's vision of a Zelda game that he kind of always wanted. And he said he wanted a steampunk type of Zelda game, meaning like an evolution from Spirit Tracks, right? Where you have steamboats. I mean, Phantom Hourglass kind of did that, but you have more steamboats. You have coal. You have like steam robots. All this, you guys know what steampunk is. I don't really need to explain it. You could check out Liza P or the movie Hugo or whatever you want. Anyway, so that's kind of what he wanted as a Zelda game, and I kind of added to that. I said, dude, that's actually possible, because what if they were to make a sequel to Spirit Tracks in which that were to happen, and they could even take a step better and make a spiritual successor to Wind Waker and kind of make it like a Wind Waker sequel, even though there's like two games in between them, which is Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. It would still be like a true 3D Zelda successor to Wind Waker, where you play as Toon Link again in a steampunk world. And one of the things that Chris Hackney also wanted Nintendo to explore in that type of game, which is what would happen to like the monarchy or the government, right? He says that would Zelda be a princess, or would it be more that like she's a mayor or a chancellor? I mean, we had Chancellor Cole in Spirit Tracks, but there you go. You see, it's kind of alluding to that. So what if they kind of abandoned the monarchy? And that could also be an outcome from Tears of the Kingdom as well. Maybe they might abandon the monarchy. I don't know, but that would be kind of a cool twist. I even brought up ideas on how that could be possible, like recovering the Master Sword from the bottom of the ocean in Wind Waker, which, you could create like more from that, especially if all timelines converge into Breath of the Wild. We got to get that Master Sword back. We got to get the Triforce back from underwater in Wind Waker. So I actually do have a script video on that before I even spoke to Chris Hackney, although I was saving that video idea for next year. I don't know if I'll make it earlier, but it is really cool to kind of think about this steampunk type of Wind Waker sequel. But anyway, guys, that's all. Once again, Chris Hackney, if you're watching this, thank you. And then to everybody else watching this, thank you so much for watching this video. You guys have a great day. Peace out. SkyLink Shock out.